healthy is important for adults, older people, because it can help prevent and manage chronic diseases, maintain independence, and support cognitive health. You probably know healthy diet benefits you physically, mentally, and socially. Without good food and drink choices, you're at greater risk of chronic diseases such as cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, some cancers, and even mental health issues such as anxiety and depression. Nutrition is about eating a healthy and balanced diet so your body gets the nutrients that it needs. Nutrients are substances in food that our bodies need so they can function and grow. They include carbohydrate, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and water. Good nutrition is important no matter your age. It gives you the energy and can help you control your weight. It may also help prevent some diseases such as osteoporosis, high blood pressure, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. But as you age, your body and life change, so does what you need to eat to stay healthy. For instance, you may need fewer calories, but you still need to get enough nutrients. Also, some older adults need more nutrients. Hello and welcome to another episode. Today, we will be looking at the importance of eating healthy as you age, changes that can make it harder to eat healthy, and how to create a healthy diet. I am Chung Anamel Joseph. We'll be right back shortly after the break, so stay tuned. Welcome back from the short break, and today we're going to be looking at the importance of eating healthy as you age. We know there's something that's our bodies, I would say, sometimes you wonder how does your body even function, but the moment you are getting older, the moment you're getting to your 40s, 50s, 60s, then what is supposed to be your main concern basically is your health, your eating habit, exercises, drinking lots of water, eating vegetables. You have to be extremely cautious of what goes into your stomach. And it has become, over time, it has become one of the major problems for older adults, because, when it gets to that time, it's like it's almost impossible and very, very difficult to actually make food choices or eat properly. Today we're going to be looking at some of the reasons why we need to eat healthy as we age, and also get to understand why do you have to feel a certain way when it comes to trying to eat, because sometimes there are quite difficulties. Your body you might want to eat something, but your system is not now trying to accommodate that thing you want to eat. And sometimes it's because maybe you're lonely, you're alone, even as as a young person, sometimes it's difficult for you to eat when you're all alone, and we tend to get to want the company of our friends or company of our families or people around, so it will help you eat very well. And you can agree with me that there are people who really go to restaurants to eat, not because they don't want to eat at home or not because they don't have food, but sometimes, you need company of people. You need to see people that will give you, that energy, that ginger to be able to, eat properly. So today we are also going to see some of the ways we can help ourselves, or, you can help yourself to be able to eat properly. Healthy eating is important at any age, but becomes even more as we reach midlife and beyond. As well as keeping your body healthy, eating well can also be the key to a positive outlook and staying emotionally balanced. But healthy eating doesn't have to be about dieting and sacrifice. Rather, it should be all about enjoying fresh, tasty food, wholesome ingredients, and eating in the company of friends and family. No matter your age or your previous eating habit, it's never too late to change your diet and improve the way you think and feel. Improving your diet now can help you live longer and stronger. Good nutrition can boost immunity, fight illness causing toxins, keep weight in check, and reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, bone loss, and cancer. Along with physical activity, a balanced diet can also contribute to enhance independence as you age. So as how you can improve your diet. Yeah, if you improve your diet now, it helps you, with your lifespan. It helps you live longer. It helps you, it keeps you stronger, because you know that the more you age, the more you lose your strength, your bones are weak. Some of the activities, that some things that you do, you see that you will not be able to do, just like a child or a baby, let's say, the more you get to that age, you start losing your bone mass, you start losing a lot of things, and then your body, your immune system tends to be very weak. That's why it's open to any kind of ailment. It's open to anything at all, anything that comes in, and then you don't have the right mechanisms to fight all of those toxins that are coming into your system, then it tends to weigh you down. So making eating the right nutrition or eating the right meal helps you, with your strength. It helps you to be able to, have a longer time to live. It also sharpens your mind. It keeps you very active. It keeps you very sound. Now, people who eat fruits, leafy vegetables, and fish and not packed with omega-3 fatty acid may be able to improve focus and decrease their risk of Alzheimer's disease. Antioxidant-rich green tea may also enhance memory and mental alertness as you age. It also helps you feel better. You eat healthy, you get the energy you need. It keeps you focused. Food works with your brain as well. So if you don't eat well, trust me, you're not going to be sound. That's why it is important to, yes, we're talking about, people, older people, or, as you age, even if you're in your 20s, next year you're going to be 21. The other year you're going to be 22. So you want to remain young forever. We all will not remain young forever. Trust me, the older people we see today, they were once like us. They were once as young and fresh and good looking as you are today. So if you do not look out for yourself, at this age, when you feel you're very energetic, you're still very young, you're still looking very bubbly, very beautiful or handsome, if you're not intentional about it now, then the more you age, you start seeing results. And when you start getting to your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, trust me, you might even not, you will shorten your lifespan. So if you eat properly and you eat healthy, it will help you feel better. Like a wholesome meal can give you more energy and help you look better, resulting in a boost to your mood and self-esteem. It's all connected. When your body feels good, you feel happier inside and out. So the more you feel good about your body, the more you feel like you're all looking all bubbly, all active, your skin is glowing, you're eating the right fruits and the right vegetables. When you go out, you're just so proud of yourself, you feel good about your body. And then, I don't know if you've ever met someone who is in their 50s, and then, or sometimes we see them on social media. We have so many people, like, they have gotten to that age, but you see them looking all young. You see people who are even way younger than them looking like they are their mothers. So really, most of the time, what really affects us is what we eat, because the way that I think we underrate food a lot of times. We just look at food like, we just do eat food because we are hungry. We eat food to satisfy. Yes, of course, we eat food to satisfy, hunger. We eat food to eradicate hunger. We also eat food so that we don't feel weak, during the day. But then, if at the end of the day, that is just the intention for you to just eat food and to just to eradicate, hunger. I think your notion about it is very, very wrong. So if you're that kind of person who thinks in that manner, then you have to change how you think about food. Food is good. It's important to eat food. Very, very important. But then it is also important to understand why you need that food. What do you need the food for? Are you eating it for the sake of hunger? Are you eating it because you need to eat healthy so you don't go in and out of the hospital? Do you eat it because you just want to eat it because every other person is eating? Why do you really need to eat food? And I think this is one question that we need to ask ourselves, because we do not get to ask ourselves. Do we eat it because it's important, we don't want to fall sick, or we just eat it for the sake it's food? So anything you see that goes into the belly, in as much as it will help you to satisfy that hunger that you feel at that point, then you eat it without forgetting, the health, the impact. Because there are certain food that when you eat them, you tend to see the impact on you negatively. Yes, they are food, they satisfy you, but then they impact on you negatively. Now, consistent eating of carbohydrate in excess, it's extremely bad for you. If you're a rice lover that you cannot stay a day without eating rice, then you're in trouble. If you're someone who loves pasta, that it has to be every day, even if you're eating all of this carbohydrate, I'm not saying carbohydrate is bad or you shouldn't eat carbohydrate. No, that's not where we're at. We're saying that you learn to eat them in moderation. If you have to not even eat a certain kind of carbohydrate, like a whole, like in a day, then you should. You can always try to switch. As you age, you've eaten all the carbohydrates. So you try to focus more on protein, vegetables, omega-3s, like other food sources, other nutrients that will help you much more better. So for carbohydrate, you learn to cut down on that. And I think we're going to come into that, and then we'll talk more about it. Now, eating well as you age is about more than just the quality and variety of your food. It's also about the pleasure of eating, which is super important. It also increases when a meal is shared. Eating with others can be as important as adding vitamins to your diet. A social atmosphere stimulates your mind. It makes meals more enjoyable and can help you stick to your healthy eating plan. Even if you live alone, you can make healthy meals by more pleasurable by shopping with others. So if you are alone and then sometimes you're just lonely and then you don't tend to eat very well, it happens to me too sometimes. When I'm just alone, even when I make meal, it's almost very difficult for me to eat. So I always like to have company of my friends, company of my maybe siblings, or invite people around, so that you just stay together, and then it helps you just have that fun while you're maybe shopping, or when you're eating, or when you're even making your meal. So you can do that to give you that pleasure you need. It makes you feel pleased and then gives you the niche to want to eat. Then you can do that by shopping with others, because shopping with a friend can give you a chance to catch up without feeling behind on your chores. It's also a great way to share meal ideas and save money on discount deals, like buying one, getting the second half price. Cooking with others as well. When you have moments where you're in the kitchen with friends, I always like those moments when I'm having it, especially with my friends around. It's always fun to have to cook with people. You tend to gist, you tend to share the chores. Another person is prepping the vegetables, another person probably is trying to prep the chicken or the beef or the protein, another, it's just like division of labor. So it makes the cooking even more interesting. So cooking with others, you can invite a friend to share cooking responsibilities, one preparing the entry and other dessert. For instance, cooking with others can be a fun way to deepen your relationships, and splitting costs can make it cheaper for both of you, and also making meal times a social experience. Now, the simple act of talking to a friend or loved over dinner table can play a big role in relieving stress and boosting mood. Gather the family together regularly and stay up to date on everyone's life. Invite a friend, co-worker, or neighbor over. Now, visiting an adult daycare center or enrolling in senior meal programs can also provide both companionship and nutritious meal for older adults. So if you are feeling that left out, there are so many things to do. Spend time with your family, and then, there's always this thing about, I don't know, I'm very sure most of us have experienced that, especially when you are not with your parents. The moment you are around and then you're making meals together or you are eating together, you tend to see that they eat better. I think I've observed that. They tend to eat better. They tend to even enjoy the meal better. The meal might even taste the same way your mom or whoever is responsible for making meals in your home makes the meal, but then it is more enjoyable, when everybody is available and then you're eating together. It helps you catch up. It helps you discuss, growth, problems, challenges, and a whole lot of things. Now, it makes you even very, very open and very comfortable, because this is a place where you eat and marry and at the same time tend to share each other's concern, joy, problems together, and of course, come up with solutions. And then it makes your eating habit super healthy, and then it makes it fun. Now, some changes that can happen as you age can make it harder for you to eat healthy, and this includes changes in your home life, such as suddenly living alone or having trouble getting around. Now, health can also make it harder for you to cook or feed yourself. Medication as well, which can chill how food tastes, make your mouth dry, or take away your appetite. And also your income. For older people who probably they are in like, let's say maybe a retiree, or they're retired from their jobs, that the income is not as consistent and as when, there's constant money. And at that point, it's like, there are other things that are on ground. There are other things that you have to do. There are lots of people who maybe you're trying to sort out one or two people's problem, and then income can also be one of those things that will even make you not to eat very well, because you're trying to check costs, you're trying to check what you're buying, you're trying to also understand, because when you have kids, or you have kids that, yes, they are old, like older, or they are getting there, you're also thinking of them. Maybe they're trying to also plan their life, so you're also trying to be as helpful as you can be. But then income should not actually be a problem for you to eat healthy. Yes, it is one of it, but then it should not be a problem at all. If you are, yes, I know that fingers are not equal. There are people who are extremely capable, while some people are just in their level, while some people are really struggling. And even if you are in that level, you just need to understand the kind of things that you need to eat, and you need to understand how you can split the money. And that's why, I've spoken times without numbers, or I can't even count how many times, talking about how it is important for you to make a meal plan. A meal plan will help you, know exactly what you need to eat, and then it will help you do your cost. You just do your check and balance, so you'll be able to know, okay, with this particular amount of money, I'll be able to buy all of these ingredients, and I'll be able to make certain meals. Now, income, which means that you may not have as much money for food, and also the sense of smell and taste, because the more you age, it's like you're losing appetite on certain food, so it also affects you. Problems chewing or swallowing your food can also affect you, because by that time, maybe you're having issues with your teeth, your gums are not that strong, your teeth are not that strong as well. So all of this will be a problem that can affect you when it comes to, eating problem, the changes that happen in your body, the changes that happen in your system. Almost all the time you're not feeling too well, or maybe you're on this medication, one medication or the other, trying to help with your immune system. But then there's always a solution to that at all times. There's always a solution. You have a lot of supplements you can go for, and that's why I always recommend natural food. I recommend vegetables, I recommend fruit. All of this, there are herbs, there are a lot of nuts and seeds that can help you stay healthy, and then it helps you improve your eating habit. Now, the key question is, how can you create a healthy senior diet? This is like the key question. Now, the key to healthy eating is to focus on the whole mild processed food that your body needs as you age. Food that is as close to its natural form as possible. Our bodies respond differently to different foods depending on genetic and other health factors. So finding the healthy diet that works best for you may take some experimentation. Now, these particular tips are good for you to place and to also to start from there. Because if you understand what you need, if you understand the kind of food that your body needs or how you can do it, or what are the things, the do's and the don'ts, in making your healthy diet for you as you age, then you'll be able to plan better, and you'll be able to just, it will help you with all of those changes that you tend to see in your body. It will give you, you know, the appetite that you've been craving or you want to eat, but yet it's almost impossible for you to eat. And sometimes you don't even feel down. You feel very strong. You don't feel sick. There's nothing, yet you can't just eat. Now, you have to eat plenty of fruit and vegetables, which is very important. This is the number one option anybody will give you, whether a doctor, a nutritionist, that every other person will give you this as the number one option, because fruits and vegetables are super rich. The vitamins there, the level of vitamins are top notch. So you have to just make sure that your first go-to is plenty of fruit and vegetable. Break the apple and banana root and go for color-rich pecans like berries or melons. Aim for 2 to 3 servings a day. When it comes to veggies, choose antioxidant-rich dark leafy greens such as kale, spinach, and broccoli, as well as colorful vegetables such as carrots and squash. Make veggies more appetizing by drizzling them with olive oil, sprinkling with goat cheese, or frying with garlic or chili flakes. Try for 2-3 cups every day, and when you try all of this and get used to it, trust me, you will see a different change in your body system. You know, your look, your appearance, the outlook appearance, your energy level, how convenient it is for you to also enjoy meal. You have to choose calcium for bone as well as nerve health, hormone health, and muscle health, which can also decline as we age. Maintaining bone health in particular as you age depends on adequate calcium intake to prevent osteoporosis and bone fractures. It's best to get about 1,200 milligrams a day for both men and women. Good sources include milk, yogurt, cheese, or non-dairy sources such as tofu, fortified soy milk, fortified orange juice, broccoli, almonds, and kale. And then you also need to go for good fats, not no fat. So you don't avoid fat entirely, because I've seen people saying, I need to cut down on fat. No, I don't need fat. No, you need fat. It is very important. You know, every other thing has, you know, how it works. They operate differently. So if you're looking for calcium and you're like, oh, I use those calcium I need, I do not need fat. No, you don't, because no, you do, because they all operate differently. So rather than trying to cut out fat from your diet, focus on enjoying healthy fats such as omega-3s that can protect your body against disease and support your mood and brain function. The best sources of omega-3s comes from fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, and tuna, as well as seaweed if you are a vegetarian. Aiming to eat 2 to 3 servings of fish per week is recommended to maintain brain health as you age. And the next thing, you need to also vary your sources of protein, which I remember I mentioned earlier. Protein is super important, very good for you. In fact, if you ask me, I'll say eat more of protein and vegetables and fruit. That's the number one. This is the number one I will recommend for you. And calcium, because you need it for your bones. Your bones need to be very strong. If not, you start feeling back pain, waist pain, you know, your leg pain, neck pain. Like, there's going to be so much pain, but then you need calcium. It will help you with that. So as you age, eating enough high quality protein can improve your mood, boost your resistance to stress, anxiety, and depression, and even help you think more clearly. Eating enough protein can also help to prevent natural muscle loss that happens in our older years. However, eating too much protein from processed meat products such as hot dogs, bacon, and salami may increase your risk of heart disease, cancer, and other health problems. Vary your sources of protein instead of relying on just red meat by including more fish, beans, peas, eggs, nuts, and seed in your diet. Most older people require a daily intake of at least 1 to 1.2 grams of protein for each kilogram of weight. Think 0.5 gram of protein per pound of body weight if that's easier. To maintain muscle mass and help with energy and mood, try to space out this intake between meals and snack throughout the day. And the next thing too, you need to also eat more of fiber and drink a lot of water, and you have to be as smart as you can when it comes to carbohydrate, which I've already spoken about it. So you have to eat your carbohydrate in moderation and eat more of protein and vegetables. So we're going to be putting a stop here today because our time is over. Thank you for your time with me here on Lunch Global. I am Sil Chunk and Amel Joseph. Thank you for staying glued to us, and then thank you for staying true and watching every day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.